Hello YouTube, Flashlight Enthusiast here. Today another Acebeam on my channel, the EDC Series Flashlight Rider RX that Acebeam kindly sent to me for review. This is not their particularly new model, but I think it's the newest one that has been on the market like for 2 months or something, and it didn't draw my attention due to the battery size because this is the AA battery or 1450 size Leon battery, so pretty small for me. But after taking a close look at this one, I thought that you might actually like the review of this one. So here it is. So looking at the box real quick, it is very simple for Acebeam even. No stats whatsoever because it's so tiny. For instance, this is the E70 Acebeam that I reviewed recently. Look at the size of the box and the size of this flashlight. This is pretty compact one with 21700 battery, but look at this one. It's so tiny. Okay, so let's just open this up and show you what we've got included. Okay, so as always, premium quality packaging from Acebeam. So apart from the flashlight that is hidden here, okay, this one is really beautiful. We've got the Acebeam lanyard, USB to USB-C charging cable. Looks like from power bank. It's so tiny and short, really compact. I like this one. Might get handy. Okay, and the manual, and that's basically it. I'm really missing some spare O-rings, but oh, here they are. Okay, so actually they are included. Very well. And speaking of the package, it also features the included battery. Okay, but first things first, let's remove the dust cover. Wow, I can look all day at this one. So let's just look at the flashlight real quick. This shiny metal is the blue version. You can also have it in different colors, but recently it also came in titanium version. So if you're interested in this one, please check the link down below the video. And this is just the EDC flashlight, right? Alright, so we got the tail switch, the electronic one. We've got the bi-directional pocket clip attached by 2 screws. We've got double tube design to actually better dissipate the heat and so that your hands won't feel that much heat. It is really beautiful, but one thing to mention is that this shiny surface obviously carries some fingerprints. So if you're not into that, then definitely this is not a flashlight for you. Looking at the reflector, this is one uses the small smooth reflector with Nichia 2019F inside, so 90 CRI, beautiful neutral white tint, anti-reflective coating with some bluish purplish signs on it. Okay, and well, to access the battery, this one is actually interesting because this flashlight is advertised as anti-stressant feature. So there's the bold design here, so you can even fidget with your fingers and use the bold design to actually lock it out. Wow, this is very fun to play with, especially when the mechanism smooths out a little bit, because as you notice, this one does not use magnets but rather some small bolts here and the holes in the aluminum outer tube. So after a while it smooths out and it's really fun to play. I really like this one. So if you're stressed out, you just take your EDC flashlight and play with it. Cool gadget, I would say. Okay, so to access the battery you actually have to use the bolt action, so here and down, and then you unscrew this little head. It is actually a copper one. And then remove the insulation film. And here is the battery. So Acebeam branded 920 mAh Leon 1450 500 battery with USB-C charging port, around 0.4 amps coming out of this thing. So charging takes time, but judging the lower capacity, it is not ages. All right. So I'm glad that Acebeam included the Li-ion battery, but you can also use standard AA batteries. Obviously the output will be a little bit lower, so is the runtime, but in emergency when the battery is depleted, this one, the rechargeable battery included, you can also use the AA batteries as a separate. So when the battery is depleted, just take the USB-C charging source and plug it in. We've got red indicator when the flashlight, when the battery is charging, the green one when the charging has been finished. Okay, so let's put it in. Those threads are actually well lubricated, obviously, as from Acebeam Square. But this is probably the tiniest driver I have ever seen in the flashlight. Maybe because I mainly use 18650 and larger batteries. But because of the size of this driver, this one is actually pretty special, and you will get to know why in just a second. Okay, and here is the single electronic switch. So it features momentary illumination, but also you can press it deeply to make it constant on. Okay, it does feature 4 main levels and SOS. So to cycle through, and this is the forward switch, so just press it lightly to change through. Eco, low, medium, high, or low, medium, high, turbo, whatever it's called. Okay, and if you cycle 2 times over the whole loop, the SOS will be activated. Okay, you can also switch the modes by clicking it, so activating one mode, then clicking again. So pretty basic user interface, nothing complicated here, but still I believe pretty functional for EDC flashlight. It is definitely sufficient. So here are my lumen measurements of the Rider RX. If you need more time, feel free to pause the video. Looking at the runtime graphs real quick, and this is the surprise I talked about earlier when I mentioned the size of the driver, because I presume that because of the such a small size of the head and driver, they didn't manage to incorporate a boost circuit, but rather a linear one, which takes much less space. So as you can see, the Rider RX does not feature the famous flat stabilization of Acebeam, typical. So this is actually the first Acebeam flashlight that I see that does not feature this one, and actually have a gradual output decrease over time, so linear driver. Nevertheless, as you can see, the step down occurs only after almost 2 minutes from over 600 lumens and stabilizes for some time at least at around 446 lumen level. Then the second step down occurred after around 7 minutes, and then linear brightness decreased over time. The body did not achieve more than 29 degrees, so pretty warm I would say, but never hot. Judging that it is still a high CRI emitter from Nichia, I think this is a good result of the double layer body. Alright, and now the high output, or medium one actually. So here I measured around 296 lumens at startup, and then as you can see, again linear brightness decrease, but in this situation it is not as drastic as in case of high mode. Again, similar output regulation. The body did achieve 30 degrees. So, well, I cannot say I'm pretty much satisfied with this one, but judging the size of the head and that it still features the high CRI Nichia, the temperature is not overkilling this LED and the body, so I think it is still good. So 4 stars out of 5. Alright, here I am with Acebeam Rider RX. This is the lowest output, ultra low, invisible in dark. This is low, so medium now. And let's jump to high, the highest output. As you can see, we've got quite defined spot, but still bright amount of spill over the overall universal beam pattern. Quite nice for EDC purposes. The CRI is great on this one, so good color rendering, perfect for let's say EDC purposes. So very nice overall design. As you can see, we've got plenty of sidelight here, but still some throw to it. Let's cycle again. This is ultra low, again almost invisible in dark, very low output. This is low, I use it the most. Then medium, quite bright, and high, 600 lumens over actually, so pretty good amount of light for EDC purposes. I think it's definitely sufficient one. Alright, summing up, what a beautiful little EDC flashlight. Not only is it beautiful, but also features an amazing, quite unique feature. I can play with this all day. It does lower my stress a little bit, at least that's my impression. But even if it didn't, it's still a great feature to have. I really like this one, cool gadget in that sense. I like that Acebeam used the high CRI Nichia LED here. It does provide a nice even beam. Obviously high CRI for EDC is a must in my opinion, because you spend with this flashlight quite a lot of time, and it's good to have a pleasant beam in your pocket. Okay, so overall very nice flashlight with different energy source possible. So I like the included Lion battery, but in emergency you can also use other AA batteries, which is always good and convenient. So overall I can definitely recommend this one to you if you're looking for a small EDC AA size battery flashlight with high CRI. This is definitely the one that I could recommend to you. Okay, so if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for more videos to come and to support the algorithm. If you have any questions for the Rider RX, please leave in the comment section down below. Make sure to check out the link to purchase this flashlight if you're interested in this one. As always guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.